Hey, welcome to the video. So I'm going to show you how to install an Eonon UX7A double DIN Android and Apple CarPlay head unit into a 2003 Ford F250. And this really applies to any older Ford vehicles with a double DIN head unit and any vehicle with a double DIN head unit space. This UX7A radio is sent to me by Eonon in exchange for this video. Purchase links and a discount code will be available in the description of this video. Thing you will need to buy separately is the Ford factory wiring harness adapter. So this plugs into your factory plug on your vehicle, and you splice these ends onto this wiring harness, and then this side plugs into your radio. So I'm gonna just cut this off right here, splice this on, and then I'll easily be able to connect the radio to the truck. And all you do is match the colors of the wires. They're all the same colors, and you just match them up and you're good to go. It also tells you the standard wiring color codes. The included wiring gives you a lot of options. Like this one is for attaching a subwoofer and an amp and everything like that. I will still need to use this harness for the external microphone if I want to install that. And you have a bunch of different other audio things. I'm not really sure what these are, to be honest. I don't think I'll be using that one. And then this one's for the backup camera input. You got a lot of USB, 3 external USB options, and 1 on the head unit itself. And well, 2 if you count USB-C. And then the GPS. And you pretty much just match all these things together and plug them in, and it's mostly plug and play, other than having to splice this. First, you need to remove the factory radio. To do that, it's pretty easy. To make a tool that sticks in these holes, and you pull the radio out. If you don't have the tool, you can use some small screwdrivers. And what it does is just releases some pins. And what you do is you push out on each one, on each side. It's kind of hard to do one-handed, but if you run into any trouble with that, you just take this whole panel off, And you can access those clips from behind. And the radio comes out. Undo the antenna. Undo the factory plug. Now you'll have to cut away this plastic lip on the bottom and this one on the top so that the radio can slide in there. I'm just using a Dremel with a cutting bit. I already cut off the bottom part. I'm working on the top. Just gotta be very careful. This thing likes to go on its own. Now it fits in there. Probably gonna have to make some brackets for the back to secure it. This is the same or similar procedure for any older Ford vehicle with a double DIN radio and a factory plug like this. For example, here's a 2004 E150. See, it has the same plug. That will fit in there with a little cutting. Then you just need to strip each end. And grab your factory harness adapter and splice all the corresponding colors together. For the wires that look like they have two of one color, one of them is striped. So you match the stripe to the stripe and the solid color to the solid color. That's for the white, green, gray, purple. And all the wires are labeled here. And they're also conveniently labeled on the factory on the harness from Eonon. You can use your choice of connector, but I'm using these crimp connectors. And they have a built-in heat shrink. So for the USB wires, I'm just gonna feed them through here, behind the dash, down to the floors, and they're just gonna dangle there. And I'll probably zip tie these wires to something under there to give them some stability so they'll never pull out of the radio from people tugging on them. I'll do the same with the voice command microphone. The instructions say to mount the GPS on the dash or outside of the vehicle. Again, you can do whatever works for you and your vehicle. Now for the reverse cam, you can run these wires back there under the carpet, around the windshield, up over this, through the headliner, down the back, all that. For me, I'm just going to do a temporary install so I can demonstrate the camera for you, because I want to mount it ultimately on the tailgate or under the tailgate or something, but this bed is coming off at some point. To wire up your backup camera, remove your tail light, one of your tail lights, find the reverse light, unplug it, use a meter to figure out which wire is the positive. On this truck, it is the black with pink stripe wire that is the positive. So then you got your positive here on the camera and your negative here on the camera, which is red with a black stripe. You just take these wire connectors, connect the positive to the positive and the negative to the negative on your reverse light wire. I'm going to do that and demonstrate how the backup camera works when it's installed. Connect the backup camera harness to the radio harness and the reverse trigger wire to the reverse trigger wire on the radio harness. Splice those together. Then if your camera's hooked up correctly, it will come on automatically when you put it in reverse. Of course, I don't have it aligned. You gotta align it. And it will turn off automatically when you put it back in drive. And I've plugged everything in. All of these plugs go into a matching receptacle. There's no way to mix them up, and there's nothing to worry about. In that regard, got the factory antenna, the GPS screws on there. You got that main wiring harness, which goes to the truck wiring harness. And now, it's in. I'll probably put some kind of wedge on this side, some black foam that will not look too bad. But, you know, this is an old truck. You don't have to go crazy. But you can buy special mounting kits that go behind. And, well, let's give it a try. All right, let's see what all of these buttons do. That takes you to your maps, video files. Your aux, Bluetooth music, Google Chrome, equalizer. It's very responsive. Really nice little unit. File Explorer, images, music. Oh man, lots of files. Not sure what that is. Front camera, I guess you can add a dash cam to this. Photo gallery. Obviously nothing in there. Google search, I imagine. GPS, maps, mobile mirroring, music, Netflix. You can change your panel light color. Google Play Store, radio, screensaver settings. Pretty self-explanatory. One thing that stands out to me that I think is really cool is that if you have a wireless OBDII dongle to plug into your car, it can connect to this and you can read your OBDII codes through this head unit. And then we have all like the device settings. The main thing I want this for is the Apple CarPlay. I want to connect my phone, play my music through my head unit, and that's it. I'm not really worried about the other stuff like watching videos or TV or whatever. So let's connect this and see how that all works. So here's the main event for me, Apple CarPlay in my 2003 F250. It's basically modernized the truck. I'm not going to explore this too much because it's going to reveal my location and information about me. If I scroll that way, you get the maps. If you scroll that way, you get more apps. And the audio quality on this is amazing. I just have stock speakers in here, and I don't feel the need to upgrade the speakers because this is enough. To go back to the main screen, you just hit home, and then to toggle back, you hit that, and you can go between everything that you've looked at. You can also change your little icons down here. There's your speed if you have the GPS hooked up correctly. You got your radio controls right there. You got a map right here. You got your aux input, USB input, USB-C input, home button, volume button. Here's one of the copyright-free songs that's available on YouTube for creators, just so you can hear this radio without me running into a lot of trouble with copyrights. So yeah, hopefully you like this radio. Hopefully you want to get one for yourself. If you do, the links are in the description. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more videos. Hit the like button. See you next time.